Hi, you're watching CryptoVantage. I'm Jenn Sanasi, and I'm joined by CEO of OneOf, Lin Dai. OneOf is an NFT marketplace that considers themselves green, and they've just launched Doja Cat's first NFT offering. Hello, Lin. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
No worries. It's so wonderful to talk to you. I mean, I've been watching the Doja Cat launch very closely. From your perspective, tell me how it's been going.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind experience. We're learning a lot on the fly, and just the community of both the Doja Cat fans and also the crypto community response has been overwhelming. And our, you think you basically you plan your whole life for kind of your baby, and now baby is birth and out in the world, and it's like everybody is like loving this experience, and it's very gratifying.
Yeah, there's so much I want to unpack in the NFT space, especially when it comes to musicians. But first, why don't you take us back to one of? Tell me about how it started, and tell me about that baby. Now that it's birthed into the world, where did this journey start for you?
Yeah, I started getting into kind of blockchain ecosystem about 6 years ago. I was introduced through one of my mentors, Bill Tai, who is a early VC in the just the blockchain space in general. So as early as like more than 6 years ago, we were talking about kind of, hey, what is the blockchain application for non-financial only applications, right? So what, specifically like, hey, like what can blockchain do for like music and sports and entertainment? Um, so 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 there were a lot of ideas, and we talked to a lot of artists early on. I ended up building a kind of a B2B blockchain software company that did a lot of great work for companies like Warner Music Group and Uber and the Brave browser, Brave software. And then fast forward to 2.5 years ago, Bill came to me and was like, hey, you got to take a look at these blockchain cats. So it was CryptoKitties, and so immediately that was kind of like a light bulb moment where we're like, wow, this could be have huge implications for music entertainment. And after kind of diving in deeper with discussion also with some of the Dapper Labs guys directly, kind of the feedback was, they thought that the future of MTs does, there's limitations to kind of the Ethereum network. And then eventually that led them to the decision of building their own blockchain, and led us to the decision of like, hey, we need to look at like potentially proof of stake blockchains to build our project on. And about a year ago, we basically had buy-ins from some top people in the music world, and we're basically now, start building our project, and led us to kind of making the final decision on building our project on Tezos. So Tezos is kind of a proof of stake uh, blockchain, layer one protocol that's been with its mainnet operating for about 3 years. So that's actually very rare, right? And then
Yeah.
Tezos had this super energy efficient, way of running the network that is about 2 million times more efficient than proof of work networks. And Tezos also has the ability to self-amend. So that's really incredible, right? So when the community can reach a 80% consensus, the entire protocol can upgrade itself without a hard fork. No other blockchain can do this. So this is incredible for the NFT use case, because you don't want your one unique NFT token to split into two in a hard fork. And also it means like, any new innovation in NFT or blockchain space in general, Tezos can always watch what's the best innovation out there and be able to like within one upgrade cycle to improve itself. So it's kind of a future-proof blockchain. So that was very excited when we started building on Tezos. I called my two partners, Josh James and Adam Feld, who's president of Quincy Jones Productions, Quincy Jones partner, and they're their first reaction were like, what are NFTs, right? So I end up, but very quickly, both of these guys really grasped how important and how game changing this could be for the music industry, and we started working right after that.
You touched on almost every point that I want to unpack in the interview. So that's a little, I guess, a little look into what we're going to be discussing. But first, I want to ask you, when Bill came to you and introduced you to CryptoKitties, what was your initial thought?
Um, I thought this was cute. It was kind of, my initial thought was like, wow, this is really cool, but it's like really built for tech nerds, right? So like to be able to like now take a CAD and like throw that into create a MetaMask wallet and throw it in. So it was like, and then like it has these breeding capabilities. So kind of basically, well, like uh, this has a lot of potential, but the target users is not quite the users that um, that's just fans of music.
Hmm.
So we
Yeah.
basically are thinking about the next iteration of this. And certainly Dapper did a great job, like the iteration from the original CryptoKitty to NBA Top Shot is really Dapper did a great job abstracting a lot of the difficulties for the average sports fan, right? That you can just get on board and get started. So we like to say we kind of have a little bit of a second mover advantage. We watch the great work that's done by art
Hmm.
marketplaces and the great work that's done by like sports NFT marketplaces, and we kind of are able to kind of learn from the existing user experience and really come up with something that's uniquely our own that we think is missing in the marketplace.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Dapper really did do an amazing job at getting those mainstream sports fans engaged with the crypto world and engaged with their NFTs. I know you mentioned Bill Tai earlier on, and I believe he led a $63 million seed round for you. And that is a massive seed round. So tell me, what do you do with a $63 million seed round? What do your milestones look like from here?
Yeah, so I think basically, what NBA Top Shot has done for sports and NFT, we are doing that for music, right? So that's the mission, that's the goal. Now, the if you think about NBA having a billion fans around the world, but that's really just one vertical in sports. It's not even the entire sports vertical, right? So there's probably at least another 7 or 8 major world like caliber sports that has that potential. And for us, the tackling the entire music world, really we're talking about ability to look at about 75% of all commercially recorded music. Now, that total addressable market is arguably much larger than just the NBA fans alone worldwide. So, our goal is like through the use case of music, really onboard the next 100 million users, non-crypto native users onto blockchain, right? Introduce them to this wonderful world of blockchain through a non-threatening use case of just collect a $5 NFT of your favorite artist, whether it's Doja Cat or whether it's G-Eazy. So now like so that's a huge ambition, like building a the next wave of blockchain business for the next 100 million users. So the idea is we wanted to seed and finance the company well. There is a long-term role plan, and a lot of the funding go towards securing IPs, right? So there are partnerships with major artists, with partnerships in discussion with other rights holders in music. There's a lot that we're tackling, and kind of the funding really secured us as day one coming out of the gate as one of the we are definitely one of the NFT players that will be here for the long run. There are definitely kind of a lot of trend chasing in the blockchain world in general. Like certainly, 59 other companies in the last 60 days decided they're now a NFT platform, or they want to be an NFT platform. We've been working on this for 2.5 years, right? And then we have the right investor group and the right financing to kind of also ensure that we're going to see our mission through.
Yeah, on that note, there are so many NFT marketplaces that are hitting the market. And just as you said, it seems like there's a new one every day. It feels like NFTs have really stuck in the art world and the sports world, and there have definitely been really successful ones in the music world. But I don't feel like we've really seen that marketplace get established when it comes to, you know, musicians entering the space. I don't feel like we've seen that yet. Do you feel like OneOf is going to be that place? And how are you going to succeed given that we haven't really seen any other marketplace succeed for musicians?
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, right? There is a reason why kind of art took off first and then sports took off. So art is it's really around rights, right? So like, to create a piece of visual artwork, it's usually one person, one artist is the sole creator and can assign the rights to do whatever they want, right? And in the sports arena, certain leagues are better than others, but like, the athletes themselves can grant rights to their name and likeness, or the league, while the athletes are playing for them, can grant certain name and likeness to do an NFT. Now, it's very different in music. So that's why it took us like 2.5 years to do this project. Very early on, we understood the complexity of the rights issue in music, right? Like music, I say, is the most collaborative art form. Every song that you hear on the radio usually is the combined work of about like 16 different like contributors, right? There's the artist that performed the song, there are multiple writers, there are the producers, there's the engineer, there's the guy that laid down the drum beat, there's the record label that promotes it, there's the publishing company that basically like manages the rights for the writers. So that's very hard to just kind of for any one party to put out a song as a NFT. Now, so we basically build additional software to really manage kind of the relationship, and we invest in kind of time and effort to like basically make sure it's not just the artist that's made the song famous that their rights need to be protected. It's also the little guys, like I said, the guy that laid down the drum beat and that contributed to song. Their rights and their ownership need to be protected as well. So I think very few marketplaces is equipped to tackle with that, and that's why we kind of partner with, my partner Adam Fell is is president of Quincy Jones Productions, and we partner with Quincy's team. There is a whole team of people that basically is making sure all the rights are cleared before we do an NFT project. Very few other NFT companies is really equipped or understand how to do that.
On the rights issue, I think that's one of the major issues in the NFT space right now. And the complexities you've just described with the music industry are some that I think we're going to be thinking about a lot as NFTs become more mainstream. Talk to me about the Doja Cat NFT. For every Doja Cat NFT that's sold, what does that look like from a rights perspective?
Yeah, so we really think about NFT as communities, right? So this is something for the fans. So the ability for us to mint on Tesla's blockchain, which is a low energy and also low transaction cost blockchain, it means we can mint millions of NFTs for practically pennies. So that affords the artists that we collaborate with the huge canvas of to paint something very different experience for the users, right? So the Doja Cat collection starts at $5 per NFT. right? So there are different, it goes for $5, $20, $40, $65, $100. That's the first drop. Now we basically envision, together with Doja's team, the story arc that's going to expand multiple collections. Now, the first collection consists of 7 different types of tokens. So there are, you know, diamond tier tokens, platinum tier tokens, gold tier token, kind of take a page out of the record industry, like your record has certified platinum. So that kind of indicates the rarity of each item. And then the 7 tokens basically are access keys into the Planet Doja world. In the Planet Doja world, the storyline will play out of 3 different collections. So the first collection now gets you access immediately. Any token gets you access directly to a Planet Doja Discord channel, private channel on the OneOf server, and that's going to happen. That starts like next week, right? So you can collect and trade these tokens like now in order to get there. But also, any of the tokens also comes with different probabilities of landing you a golden ticket or golden VIP ticket. So we really kind of always think NFT is a way to connect the digital world and the physical world. So by owning a token, you can basically unlock in your OneOf vault potentially a golden ticket. A golden ticket gets you to the next Doja Cat tour, which is likely to be scheduled in 2022. And golden VIP ticket basically is a VIP experience at the concert, premium tickets, and all of that. And that this all leads to also the one of one, right? So any of the 7 tokens basically can mix and match. If you actually collected 83, you can combine them and then in collection 2, you will receive a super duper combiner token. So there's 294 different combinations. So without getting into too much of the weeds, right? So there are different rarities of these tokens, and then there is a one of one Doja Cat token coming out in the next next day or two. So that will be auction only. So the one-on-one will come with a physical experience that is a flyaway VIP trip to not only see Doja on tour, but like go dine at one of her favorite restaurants and really experience a world like Doja would. But also because this is the first one of one out of the OneOf platform, the owner of the one of one token will also get guaranteed every gold tier NFT we ever mint for our curated artists that mints on our platform. So you just get a free one for every gold NFT ever mint, which is kind of we think about this as the Doja community, but also we're fostering and building the OneOf community. So the first kind of super user of ours that basically come in and purchase the first one of one will get rewarded in perpetuity. So that's kind of how, maybe give you like a window into how we're thinking about NFTs as community, as, conduits between real world and digital world experiences. And there's a lot of exciting kind of fun things that we're kind of always thinking about.
Yeah, I think what you're describing is definitely the future of engagement and fan engagement across multiple industries. But if I were to buy a Doja Cat NFT today, let's say for $5, do I hold any rights to that NFT, or is it solely with the NFT artist or Doja Cat? How is that right situation worked out?
Yeah, so just like most NFT project, you don't own the underlying copyright. What you own is a limited edition copy of that work, right? So you don't have commercial rights of it. You can put it on a T-shirts and you can do derivative work of it. But what you do is have NFT as an access portal to different content that the artists can potentially connect with you over time. So we made it easy that this is kind of a fan experience first and foremost, right? So we remove the complexity of you having to create or know how to create a crypto wallet to get started. The token is minted on the Tezos blockchain, but you can purchase the token with just a credit card transaction, which is kind of every 14-year-old fan can do. So you can sign up on OneOf.com and literally purchase your first NFT in under 2 to 3 minutes, right? So, and if you are a crypto native, you can purchase the NFT with Tezos, certainly, but also you can purchase it through our unique kind of Coinbase integration. You can purchase with Bitcoin or ETH or USDC, which is kind of also novel and kind of not really been done much before. That we are allowing you to purchase our NFTs with other cryptocurrencies as well
Mhm.
as Tezos, of course. But this is kind of just speak to our ethos to be kind of, we want to be the most inclusive project where you can be a crypto native or non-crypto native. We're welcoming people of all communities onto our project.
How are you breaking down those barriers for those non-crypto natives? I know you've said that the goal of the company is to reach the 100 million people who aren't crypto natives. They don't really understand anything about it. And I would say those people still don't really understand what an NFT is. How are you reaching them, and how is there any education happening on the platform side?
Yeah, I think education is definitely the long game, right? So we're certainly, awareness education, this is going to take time, but certainly is easier with the help of, the world's biggest female streaming artist, like right now on the planet. I think awareness getting it out, the average user certainly will need to hear about NFTs and make it like demystified and less scary, right? So like I think up to this point, and we run into some of these perception challenges as well, that the average user still think of NFTs as something that's too difficult and as only very expensive, right?
Hmm.
So we're basically doing the job of educating them, like, no, this is something fun. This doesn't cost a lot of money, and it's a great experience, and it's a quick experience, and it's an easy experience. So now, technical barriers we remove is basically building kind of our platform on top of Tezos, but really employ both the best of Web 2 technology and best of Web 3 technology combined in a hybrid way, and abstracting a lot of the difficulties. Now, like the goal is to educate people how great Web3 and blockchain technology can do for you, but that doesn't have to happen in the onboarding process. You don't have to have a prerequisite of knowing anything, right? So we basically onboard you just like you would sign up for an Amazon account and buy you know a a physical toy or item or collectible. And then after that, right, and we basically teach you about, hey, there is a option to now export your NFT. Why would you want to export your NFT into your self-custody wallet? So there's a whole kind of step-by-step guide to ease you into the Web3 world that doesn't slow down the initial excitement and instant gratification of like, wow, my favorite artist just tweeted and I want to be one of the limited number of people to get her $5 NFT, and I can do that literally within 2 minutes without having to have any technical expertise.
It sounds like you took that user experience learning away from what Dapper's done with Top Shot, just really making it super easy for the consumer to purchase the NFTs. I think that's a great way to break down barriers. Tell me about the partnership with Coinbase.
Yeah, Coinbase is great. We basically aligned on kind of the vision of introducing blockchain world to kind of hundreds of millions of users, right? So and then Coinbase have some great technical rails, and we really kind of checked out all the options out there, and we really decided to go with Coinbase Commerce, which allows you to instantly actually make payments in multiple cryptocurrencies. So we rolled out with three so far, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC, and very shortly we're going to add on another three or four additional currencies that the Coinbase Commerce Rail supports. So that was kind of, Coinbase certainly is a large company, and it took a while to kind of get things going, but they're super supportive, and we really kind of, there's no better kind of company to partner with on kind of this mission of bringing blockchain to the masses. And they are in, if not already over 100 countries, but like it will be close to 100 country, and we're aligned in that, like, this is a kind of global project without borders, without barriers, and what an exciting kind of partnership to kind of launch our company with.
Yeah, on the topic of Coinbase, they're in a very public back and forth right now with the SEC, and every crypto company is just watching to see what happens there. Is there any concern for you with regulation and NFTs in the future, or are you just trekking along as normal?
Yeah, certainly being in the blockchain space in general, we're paying a lot of attention to what is going on the regulatory front. And, the general opinion is like, the proper regulation and the proper guidelines from SEC or other bodies is welcomed, right? Like we believe we bring we bring a really needed service to general consumers. And certainly, collecting an autographed vinyl has been around for, decades, and that certainly was never classified as a security. So, but I think there are, our project is built for the little guys, right? For the average fan that really just care about like collecting something fun from their favorite artists. Like when I was little, I collected Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley basketball cards for no other reason other than I just really loved them.
Do you still have them?
I moved so many times,
Oh,
like
no.
I wish I had them, right? So that's the other thing. It's like kind of like physical collectible can get lost, and blockchain collectible is
Mhm.
better. But also like, there's no expectations that it is anything more than just like kind of a childhood toy, right? So, I'm sure one day my mom is gonna find a shoebox and be like, "Oh, here's all your old cards," right? And then
Hopefully, they're
be
worth
like,
some money.
yeah, then that would be great. But that was like never the intent. But I think
Right.
um, there are high profile NFT project that is like sold for very high dollar amount, certainly grabbing a lot of attention, and sometimes the wrong type of attention from other from some art. I mean, I'll say it, like there are music artists that have made really outrageous claims, and maybe sometimes false or misleading claims to get the public to purchase that NFT for the sole purpose of um, profiteering, right? So I think that's just that's a terrible precedent to set for the industry. We, on the other hand, the opposite is true. We gave away, we're in the process of giving away 1 million free NFTs to iHeart Music listeners, right? So the iHeart Radio Music Festival, we minted 1 million NFTs to give away for free. So it's really not about a cash grab or hurting the everyday consumer. We want to like protect and give the everyday consumer a really really fun experience that could cost them nothing, right? So I think the ethos wise, that's where we're at.
All right, and just before we wrap up, tell me, what is a green NFT platform? How are you green? What makes you more green than the other NFT marketplaces out there?
Yeah, minting an NFT on kind of most of the popular NFT platform right now, um, takes the electricity of powering an average US household for more than 5 days. That's just crazy, right? So we built our platform on top of Tezos, which is a super energy efficient blockchain that uses proof of stake instead of proof of work. What the end result is, it's 2 million times more energy efficient. It takes us about the energy for less than the energy the energy of sending out a tweet to mint an NFT. So essentially, it's so energy efficient. Right? If we actually attempted to buy carbon offset to offset the energy that of sending out a tweet, it will cost us more. It will create more carbon in the process of buying the carbon offset than actually doing that. So we like to joke that, like, you're not allowed to complain about energy efficiency with us on Twitter, because you will actually be spending more energy complaining about it than what is taking us to mint an NFT. So furthermore, we also are committed to support the Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Alliance and its and their global partner, the UN Human Rights, right? So it's probably one of the largest climate initiatives. So about 5% of the platform revenue will from collections will be donated to the foundation, and then specific collections such as the iHeart Radio Music Festival collection, there will be 100% of the proceeds will be donated to UN Human Rights and Right Here, Right Now Global Climate Initiative.
Awesome, Lin. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us. That's CEO of OneOf, Lin Dai.